Gemini, and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for March the 9th through the 22nd. This is for 2 weeks, guys. I won't be able to record the readings next week, so this is the forecast for 2 weeks. Stay tuned for the astrology report. That's also for 2 weeks, right after this tarot reading for you. Guys, this is a general reading. It's for the collective. If you'd like a personal reading, please click on this link here, which will take you to my website, and you can check out the kind of readings I offer. Plus, this is your sun, moon, and rising, so check out all the links below. There's links to everything there. You can check it out. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I believe, are in there too. And yeah, so check that out, guys. Sometimes it takes me a minute. I have to kind of upload everything, but at the end of the reading, there will be a link to the playlist for this month, and all the videos that are available will be in there. And also, listen, subscribe and press the notification button, because I'll probably do a couple of live videos next week, as I won't be able to record all of these. So let's go to your cards. Gemini, what wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Gemini for March the 9th through the 22nd? Okay, Gemini, you have a card here. You've definitely got crossover here, so check out your sun, moon, and rising. The first card out for you is the Three of Wands. This is Jupiter, darling, and Jupiter is all about bigger, better, more. It's about optimism. This is about planning for the future, but planning in an optimistic way. It's seeing a positive future, and how would you plan for that? I'm not talking about weeks, months, I'm talking years. You know, they did this study, and I think it was Harvard, either Harvard or Cambridge, in England, or Oxford or something, but I think it was Harvard actually. And they, interviewed all these students, and, ones had no plans, some had a 5-year plan, and some had a 10-year plan. And what they found after 10 years, is the ones that didn't have a plan didn't do as well as the ones that had the 5-year plan. And the ones that had the 5-year plan didn't do as well as the ones that had a 10-year plan. So this, it's about goal setting, and goal setting in a really optimistic way. And where do you want to see yourself in 5 years? Where do you want to see yourself in 10 years? And really kind of aim towards that. And this is a beautiful energy from which to do that. So, he's watching his ship come in, he's watching it be unloaded, all his riches are coming off it, and he's making those long-term optimistic plans. So would you if your ship came in. Expansion, darling. Expand your mind, expand your horizons, expand your goals. Think bigger, right? Bigger, better goals. Clarifying it is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is, fast energy. This is like, but listen, he's got salamanders on his tunic, so he's all about spirituality, right? He can be a little rash and a little impulsive. Stay tuned for the astrological report, because that's going to make more sense here. He can be a little rash and a little impulsive, but he's very gallant and he's very trustworthy, and he's, he's like, here I come to save the day. And I really feel that opportunities are coming in for you, Gemini. I feel that they're going to come in. I think you've got to kind of think on your feet. Now, when he comes in, it's saying don't make rash decisions, but also don't sit back. You really have to kind of be very quick on your feet, think really fast. Are you but run this back, run it past someone who can give you a quick answer, just so that you're not just kind of rushing in when you should perhaps take a little more time, but not too much time, because he doesn't stay around for long. He's got lots of damsels in distress to help. He's got to go out there and save them. So you want to be very astute, very quick. Now, this is interesting. The next card up for you is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is, look, he's hanging from the tree of life, and he's just, he's like in a yoga pose. This sometimes means that there's a pause in action. And this is a time for you to, oh my goodness, this is so interesting, because I've just look what's clarifying it. I have to mention this right now. It's the moon. The moon is clarifying this. And we've got this super new moon, right? On Monday, the 9th. Now, this is an introspective moon, even though it's industrious, right, as well, because of the relationship, because of this harmonious relationship it has with all these planets in Capricorn. It's still one of those moons that you really need to go within. And you've got to kind of assess what's going on inside, and you've got to look at things from a different perspective. And that's what this is saying. You've got to honestly, check out the astrological report right after this. Your whole reading is going to kind of come together for you in a really interesting way, because he's very spiritual and he's hanging upside down. When you're hanging upside down and you're looking at something, it does look completely different. So you really want to kind of expand your mind, open it up to the infinite possibilities, open it up to what can you do to improve your life, to improve your circumstances, to improve you. How can you become the 2.0 version of you? Right? And this, this is a deep, things are going to come to light. You're going to start to see things that you didn't see before. This is about the unconscious coming into the consciousness. The moon is going to shed a light in the shadows. You're going to see something differently. You're going to see something that's always been there, but you've never seen it before, because you've never peered into the shadows, perhaps. And this is, looking at your shadow side. It's acknowledging it. How can you improve yourself? What can you do differently? And you're really going to feel this energy, particularly because, look, Virgo is ruled by Gemini, ruled by Mercury too, and Mercury is your ruling planet. You share it with, you share Mercury with Virgo. And this is really you're really going to be sensitized to this, particularly as Mercury is going to move direct. So this really is a time for reflection. It's a time to go in. It's a time to look at your qualities. Reach down and bring out your star quality, darling. The best of you. Be the best of you. And look, the next card out is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands it's a beautiful foundation. The Four of Wands is about celebrating kind of, and it's interesting because, full moons are about endings, completions. So you may have completed a phase of something, and it's a cause for celebration. You want to celebrate with your loved ones. This could be like, this is a beautiful foundation. is what it is. There are four, it's like a four-poster bed, right? And there are beautiful flowers all the way around connecting them. So this is a beautiful chemistry. I feel that you've done something, or you've completed something that's created a beautiful foundation for what to, in order, so that you can jump from that. It's something to go forward on. So you may have laid some plans down. You may have completed a section of, a project or a job. Something that has kind of, come to a completion. Not a total end, right? Just a plateau. So you've reached a plateau that's worth celebrating. It's something that you're proud of. And you want to celebrate with loved ones. This can also mean kind of coming home, celebrating with your family, with your lover, with your, children, relatives, your community. This is a celebration within your community, your tribe, if you will. Now, clarifying this, the Four of Wands is the Six of Pentacles, and this is shown up in another reading. And this is all about showing up for others. It's about helping. It's about community. It's about, I feel that this is about community. It's about being there for others in a way that, look, this could be political. This is your tribe. This is supporting like-minded people, supporting your family. It could be any of that. When the Six of Pentacles comes in, it's time for you to pay it forward, for you to help and guide others. And it doesn't have to be money. It can be mentoring someone. It can be inspiring someone. It can just be an ear, letting someone talk to you, giving them time. Giving of you is far more valuable than giving money, right? It's being there for someone, supporting them when they're down, helping them through difficult times in some way or another. And in doing so, you're going to be helped, because this is, it's giving, but it's also receiving. Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in. Please stay tuned for the astrological report right after this. And guys, I love you all, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy that you decided to stay on and listen to the astrological report and what's happening in the celestial sky for this week and the week after, as next week I won't have time to do these readings. So, we start off on Monday, the 9th of March, 2020. We have a super full moon in Virgo at 19 degrees, 1:47 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's if you're in New York. 3 hours behind on the West Coast and only 4 hours ahead in Europe this week, because they haven't changed their time yet. Now, a full moon, as most of you know, is when the sun and the moon are opposite each other. And it's actually the sun that illuminates the moon. When they're exactly opposite, the moon is completely full. And this is a super full moon, which means that the moon is very close to the Earth on its elliptical travels. And it is going to appear huge in the sky. It's going to be massive. It's a beautiful full moon, darling, and which means that it's very powerful. The effect, the magnetism from that and the effect on us and the planet is immense. It will definitely affect the tectonic plates on the planet, and it's going to affect us. Now, the moon is in Virgo and the sun is in the opposite sign of Pisces. Now, the moon is feminine. She's the mother. She's the divine feminine. She receives, right? She's receiving light from the sun. She's emotions. So it's all about feeling, right? But she is in Virgo. Now, before I go any further, she's at 19 degrees Virgo. Now, 19 degrees is very poignant, right? It really reduces down to number 1 in numerology. It's because 1 and 9 is 10, and 1 and 0 is 1. So the number 1 in numerology is about independence, individuality, determination, and authenticity, right? And the number 1 in the tarot is the magician. So this, the magician has one hand in the sky, to the ethereal realm, to source, to, angels, to your guides, whatever you choose to call your deity or your belief system, and one hand on his table where there are 4 elements, and the 4 elements are all we need. So this is saying that you have everything you need to become or to do whatever you want to do. This is a very powerful new beginning, right? It's magical. Virgo is about analysis, and this full moon is in Virgo. It's about practical problem solving, right? She's an earth sign. Virgo is feminine. She's an earth sign. So she's pragmatic. Because she's feminine, she receives, right? Because feminine signs receive, masculine put out. She assesses situation, people, and things to work out how to make the best of whatever it is that she's assessing. She wants everything and everyone to be the best. She is quality control. So the best thing I can say, look, imagine that Virgo is a woman in September where the harvest is coming in and she's receiving the harvest, right? And she meticulously goes through that harvest. She takes out the best from the harvest, and then she organizes it. How is, so much say it's wheat and corn, right? So she's going through these strands of wheat and corn, and she is putting them in piles, some to make flour, some to make bread, some to make mead, alcohol. So she's putting all these piles and she's sorting it out so that she can best use it for the upcoming winter for everyone, right? So she is sorting through this information to make the best out of it. Now, Mercury, Virgo's ruling planet, is going to be going direct later on that day. Or the next day if you're in Europe and Asia. So I just wanted you to be aware of that. That's a side note for now. So the sun is in the opposite sign in Pisces, right? So this energy is very kind of intermingled. Now, on the positive side, Pisces is spiritual, it's meditation, it's introspective, it's connection with spirit, with the ethereal realm. It's dreamy and intuitive. It's sensitive to everybody's feelings, right? And this is especially so because it is right next to Neptune, and Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, and Neptune is dreamy, it's visionary, it is a connection with spirit. You can use it as that. You can, write fantasy, fiction, poetry, the visual arts, anything artistic and creative is a really good way to channel this energy. It's also, on the downside, it's a little fuzzy. It's not quite clear what's reality, what's fantasy, what's the truth, what's delusion or an illusion. Because, if you're using it creatively, you can you can bring to life visualization. Visualization is really good during this time too. So if you can direct it, it's brilliant. But you can also go off the other way. You can be easily influenced. You can be deluded by people. So you have to be, meditation, darling. This is about introspection. So it's very, very powerful. And on one hand, you've got this very practical, woman who's receiving information and sorting it. And on the other hand, you've got this dreamy, visionary, you can lose time with Neptune too. So it's very hard to focus sometimes. So you have to kind of remember this. Now, this full moon, right, is about introspection. It's about going within. It's definitely a time to be quiet and to be reflective and to go inside and pull out the best qualities, because Virgo wants the best, right? So, and also the negative side of Virgo is criticism. So you've got to be careful, and also that's the best side, critical thinking, but criticism is the negative side, right? So you have to make sure that when you have to really pay attention to your internal dialogue. So if you're saying, oh, you're useless, you can't do that, this is no good, that's not a good thing. But if you can change that, you can change the energy of that by saying, oh, how can I do that better? What if I did this instead of that? And it's really about changing the internal language. You're talking about the same thing, but you are coming out of the problem and looking for a solution. You're opening up your mind to wonderful possibilities. And this is a wonderful time to do this. So reach within. Be introspective, be quiet, go within and pull out your best qualities, your star qualities. What is the best that you can be? What can you pull out and become? Where do you need improvement? You can say, instead of, oh my God, I'm useless, I can't do that. It's like, where can I improve upon this? Because the possibilities are endless, right? Now, another reason that this is a powerful full moon is that it is in harmony. It's got this beautiful, harmonious relationship at the same time with Mars, the planet of action, right? Get up and go and start something new. And Jupiter, the planet of abundance and good fortune. And Pluto, the planet of transformation. So this is a transformative time for the better. So it can start off a little fuzzy, a little confusing perhaps, because Neptune is involved, but it's ultimately going to turn out well, particularly if you go inside. And this is, look, Jupiter, Mars, and Pluto are all in Capricorn, and Capricorn is ambitious. It's industry, right? It is, hard work. It's goal orientated. Look, this is a very industrious full moon. I would say kind of hold off. It's like make the plans, go within, figure out what's going to work, and then come out guns a-blazing. And Mercury, don't forget, goes direct that night. Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, so it's going direct that night. So, go inside, figure all this stuff out, sort through all the information that you're receiving that's within, and then get up. Nothing will be able to stop you, darling, when you start on your plans, your goals. Set your goals and get out there and achieve them. So this is a very exciting day on Monday. Now, not a lot is going on for the rest of the week. A couple of minor aspects that aren't worth really mentioning. However, and that's why I kind of also wanted to skip to the second week and do it all in one, because Monday on March the 16th, 2020 at 3:43 a.m. Mercury moves back into Pisces. So you've got this energy being kicked up again right now. It already was in Pisces, and when it went retrograde, it went into Aquarius, and now it's going back into Pisces because it's direct and it's picking up speed, right? So more creativity, writing music, creative writing, fantasy writing, visual arts, enjoying museums and appreciating the beauty in everything. Now, Tuesday, March the 17th, it is St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. And please drink responsibly. Now, Thursday, March the 19th, 2020, at 11:50 p.m. It's at the end of the day. The sun enters Aries. This is the spring equinox. This is really spring has sprung, darling. Aries is a cardinal sign. We're going to get up. We're going to feel energized. It's brilliant. Now, listen. The equinox is when daylight conquers the night, and it is time to spring into action. Spring has sprung. Aries is the beginning of the zodiac. It is the start. Aries is the fearless warrior. He will jump into action for the sheer thrill of it. His anger and rage is unparalleled, right? And he can be a bit impulsive and impatient. And his fuse is a bit short, but he blows up and the fire goes out. So he lets go pretty quickly. So this is a time to take action. And, with Mercury going direct, it's like we're off to the races. You better plan everything now so that you can spring into action next week. Now, on Friday, March the 20th, 2020, Mars is conjunct Jupiter, which means they come together. And when they're together, you can barely tell one from the other, right? Their energies meld. They become one. Now, Mars is the ruler of Aries, right? So it's cozying up. Mars is the warrior, right? Get up and go. And Mars also rules sexuality and libido. And it is cozying up to Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, bigger, better, more, and abundance, right? So energy is really out of the ballpark. It's like, get up and go. You want to do everything and perhaps everyone. It's like, passion, your libido is high. Everyone's, it's spring, darling. And then to have this, it's like a double indemnity. All the animals and everybody is procreating or attempting to procreate. They're definitely getting together. So this is really a great time to start anything that requires physical stamina and energy. So, you can be building something or it's sports perhaps. This is brilliant for anything, running a marathon, anything that requires a lot of energy and stamina. Now, just be mindful not to overdo it because, Jupiter's bigger, better, more, right? So you have to know your limitations. You have to kind of rein it in a bit. Now, on another note, new love interests are likely under this influence because of your magnetism and charisma and your sexual, sexy energy. It's all going to be out there and everybody's going to be, it's going to be fun. Oh dear, another baby boomer thing. Anyway, Somebody stop me. Now, on Saturday, March the 21st, 2020, Saturn moves into Aquarius. New rules of engagement may be required. Saturn is he's the old man, right? And according to Greek mythology, the water bearer, the symbol of Aquarius, was a young man named Ganymede. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but anyway, he was the object of Zeus's affections, and he would go around bringing H2O, water, to all the gods in exchange for eternal youth, right? So you have this youth, this young kind of outside the box, innovative, individual, unique, a little quirky energy mixed with the old wise man Saturn. It's like push, pull, push, pull. So you have youth, combined with this old adult, and anything is possible because this means a whole new set of engagement rules, kind of thing, new ways of living with each other, perhaps, right? In community, because Aquarius is about community, it's about unity. So, and perhaps new ways of traveling. So, listen, it could be this is a major shift in energy as Saturn moves into Aquarius, from Capricorn into Aquarius and backwards. So it's going to do a little dance for a while, right? As it goes retrograde as well. So, look, it could be that, everyone could have like live-in rooms and share the kitchen and the bathrooms, and perhaps buildings will get higher. This is an air sign, so we could build up. I mean, there's lots of different ways of looking at this, but I think very innovative ways of living will become the norm, I think. So there's going to be major changes in those areas. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. I just wanted to remind you that this is a membered supported channel. So there are a few ways that you can support me. Of course, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing is a brilliant way to support me. I really appreciate that. But you can also check out Patreon. Click on this link. My Patreon page, I post things there. I don't post anywhere else. And you can support me for as little as $1 a month. That's $12 a year. Not a lot for you, but it's huge. Imagine if all my subscribers gave me $1 a month. That would be amazing. I'd be able to get so much done. I wouldn't have to work on the side. And listen, I now have a membership to my channel, so you can press the join button. You're not beholden to join, but you can see what's offered there. And we have a member kind of section where we can hang out, and I plan to do videos just for my members. But I've just got the membership, so check it out. And hopefully that will build out. I think the smallest membership is $1.99. So that would be lovely if you could do that. And if not, that's cool too. No pressure. I want to thank you all, and I want to thank my patrons and my members. I really appreciate you. You are helping me do the thing that I love the most, which is to help and inspire others. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for that. And guys, I love you all. Mwah, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.